we are back here with Gretna Mayor Mike Evans, and we are going to get into all things Gretna. And Mike, you've been mayor for
just over 2 years.
Oh my gosh, that's just been 2 years.
Yeah, it's definitely seems closer to.
In
10,
mayor years, it's like dog years or something like that. But the amount of activity in Gretna and what you and your team have accomplished is just amazing. Whether it's the new park, whether it's the expansion of Nebraska Crossing and Rod Yates and Johanna Boston there and everything that's going on. Give us kind of a quick overview of Gretna.
Yeah, first, the one thing is I think there's always this misperception like, we're doing all this, trying to grow and make it happen. We both know we've seen the kind of migration of Omaha moving to the west and to the south. So it was always just a matter of time until our community kind of hit the real quick growth. And we saw that as an opportunity, not to just try to grow, but to really create a fantastic community. And, we miss some of the old, smaller community things, but, we're really adding assets and businesses that really complement our values and who we are. So it's been a great opportunity to work with these, fantastic brands. And our growth has really been pretty intentional, where we're trying to map this out. And while we see a lot of things happening everywhere, there is purpose behind all that dirt getting moved.
But there's one thing that's nice. In a lot of ways, Gretna is a lot of Gretna is a blank slate, farmland and things like that. And what was interesting online, and I've talked to a lot of people about it, and we have a mutual friend that posted on Facebook, because everybody has to read Facebook, saying that I missed the old Gretna, the small Gretna, where you knew everybody that walked into the hardware store and so-and-so's kid pumped your gas or whatever. But I would say, they're asking like whether it's still cool or not, and Gretna used to be cool. Well, it's still cool. It's just a different kind of cool is what I say.
Right. And nothing's the same 50, 60 years ago that it was, So we're just trying to make it a great community. Like you mentioned, our farmers market. We're having a weekly farmers market. We're adding this park, which is an incredible park that opens in September.
Tell us about the park.
So it's a 155-acre park. It's going to have a rec center that's going to be operated by the YMCA, which has all the YMCA things. But then everybody sees the big water slides. There's 3 water slides, which is part of an aquatic center.
It's just getting built, right? It's not open yet.
It opens in September.
Oh, wow.
And then with that, there's Lazy River, but we have 12 athletic fields for softball, baseball, soccer, dog park, disc golf. So it's really a community park. Some of these venues you see where they're one or the other, we're kind of putting it all into one package and just make a really special place for the community.
And we call that Gretna Crossing Park.
Yes.
And it is along Highway 6 and
Capehart Road.
Capehart Road.
Just east of the highway.
Where the water tower is.
Yeah, and United Republic Bank, they're kind of our sponsor for the park, so we're glad to have them as part of that.
The even cities have to have sponsors, right?
Well, once again, it's part of that private-public relationship where we don't have to put everything on the taxpayers. We have these private people that want to be part of this and kind of offset the cost for the taxpayer.
And although Nebraska Crossing is is obviously a gem and a huge anchor for retail, not just in Gretna, but for all of the metropolitan area, they're getting a lot of new things too. We just got off the phone with our friend Rod Yates, who is the mastermind behind that. And ladies and gentlemen, he's talking to Drew Brees. He just spent 2 days with Drew Brees, and they're talking about bringing a 6,000 square foot Walk-Ons, which is a sports bar with kind of a Cajun theme. And I've been to it down at Nebraska Furniture Mart's Grandscape down in Dallas, and it's delicious. That'll be a freestanding building along with Snooze, which is kind of like a First Watch or something like that. That'll be a 3,000 square foot building that is also associated with Drew Brees. And Drew Brees, was the longtime quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, and has gone far beyond his professional football career, and I think he's involved in about 9 million square feet of commercial real estate. So that's a pretty impressive development partner to have. And these will go over by the Dragon Walk, where what used to be the Voodoo Lounge on the south side there. And then Rod also said that both B&G Tasty Foods, which will have a drive-through, and Frank's Pizza will open by July 1. And they're really recreating the food out at Nebraska Crossing and making it more destination and complementary to the shopping experience. And then one of my favorites that I only see in airports once in a while, they're bringing Jamba Juice. Have you ever had Jamba Juice?
I never have.
Oh, it's unbelievable. You can get like peanut butter in there and all kinds of healthy and not so healthy drinks, but certainly one of my favorites. So it'll be fun to see what happens at Nebraska Crossing. There's a lot of talk about huge expansion out there.
Yeah, for sure. And, Rod's such a great partner for our city. He's delivered on this project ever since they kind of took over that kind of rundown outlet mall. And since then, it's been fantastic to watch that thing blossom. And with the passing of that LB 727 and the Good Life District was part of that package, his vision for that area is just incredible.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that package. I know there's a lot in there for everybody around the state, but this will allow him and Nebraska Crossing and Gretna to be supercharged.
Oh, for sure. And first, I want to thank Senator Linehan and the state senators and obviously Governor Pillen for supporting this initiative. And that LB 727 had a lot of different tools for communities all across the state that I think we've all been kind of needing because we're competing against these other communities in different states. So this will help us kind of free it up. The Good Life District allows us some chances like Kansas and Iowa. I think there's 16 other states that have these incentives to bring destinations to our community. And not just Gretna, but any place in the state.
In a municipality the size of Gretna, someone would have to show that in the next 10 years they would build $500 million worth of new projects.
Yes.
To qualify for it. They'd have about 10 years to do it, and they got to be about 75% complete within that 10 years.
And Rod's vision goes way past that.
Yeah.
And, with the cost of construction today, too, it doesn't really take that long to get to $500 million.
Yeah, it is crazy. But if you on the small side, if you've redone your bathroom and your kitchen, you could spend $100,000 right there. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, not everybody, but there's certainly a lot of people that do that. And then we have an opening for Hy-Vee.
Yes.
At 192nd and Highway 370 on the northeast side. That's opening when?
They're going to shoot some fireworks tonight if it doesn't rain, but they're not opening tonight. They open Tuesday at 6 a.m. So we'll be there ready to go at 6 a.m. Tuesday. We're excited. There's,
isn't it? It's kind of a new prototype for them or something. It's a new style.
It's a model they've kind of started maybe a year or two ago, and now they've really refined it, and it is fabulous. It's just a whole experience. You go shopping, you can...
And they got the gas station. And what I'm really excited about is our friends over at Access Commercial is developing the northwest corner. And I believe that the city has already received plans for Fleet Farm.
Yes. Fleet Farm, another fantastic company. So we're just really getting this opportunity to, have great brands. Like you mentioned, while the city's growing, we're just getting some of the best brands in the marketplace. And I can't wait till that's open.
Gretna might beat the Fleet Farm that they own land out on West Maple, and we'll see who gets one first. Right?
We're ready to go,
and that's amazing. We have plenty of more to talk to Mike Evans, the mayor of Gretna. I don't think one show is going to cover it, but let's see what we can do. There's a lot of talk about Platteview Road, which runs through Gretna. Talk about what's happening.
So, like you said, when you have growth, you need kind of balanced growth and support all your industries. So Platteview Road's more of a industrial corridor. You'll see some kind of the retail commerce along there, but as you get into it, it's great access for these distribution centers and light manufacturing. So you're starting to see walls get tipped up down there.
So there's big warehouses. New Style is leading. What was that, about a 400-acre park, maybe? New Street. Excuse me. New Street, different developer. New Street. Brian Diedrichson runs that. It's for the Lozier family, and great developers and great community stakeholders. So that'll be nice to bring more industrial. You see it going up, and this is right by the outlet mall. People always ask about what that big dirt field was, and now they're seeing vertical.
And there's a lot of land down there for a lot of uses, so I suspect there'll be some more of that industrial, but there'll also be some more kind of commerce service stuff too.
What do you know about the Platteview Road Expressway?
So it's going along. It's a great project because we need these southern kind of loops and corridors in the community. So getting over to I-29 is a great. So
it's basically connects I-29 by Bellevue, and it's going to be a 4-lane expressway, basically, so trucks don't have to go up I-29 to I-80 and alleviate some of that traffic. Mm-hmm. And that's great for the city of Gretna.
Well, for any community, I mean, if you look at Omaha or any other larger community like Kansas City, there's always these loops and these different ways to get around the community. And we've grown so much to the south, we need that extra corridor just to move traffic.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we have 204th Street in Omaha, but we don't have an 880 loop like there's 680 loop. And if we would have master planned it right, who would have known? And as we approach $1 million for the MSA, it would have been nice. But there's a lot of things that you can do in Gretna that we can't do in Omaha.
Right. And like you said, we have a blank slate and we're trying to, we have one chance to get it right. So we're trying to do all this planning ahead of time. But once again, the Platteview Road, it's moving along. I think they're doing more work on the east and getting ready, but I think we'll also start seeing the city is going to improve that from in the county from the Highway 631 towards 204th. So you'll start to see that get improved, but there's a lot of work to do to really bring that to an expressway.
And speaking of infrastructure, there's a lot of talk about whether there'll be 1 or 2 I-80 interchanges, whether they're full interchanges or half interchanges. What's your take on that?
My take is we need them. Because 192nd is definitely needed because we have a lot of residential traffic from Western Sarpy and Douglas trying to get to the I-80, and just the one road through on the current interchange isn't supporting it. So we need that, but if the Good Life District is going to really come to fruition, you need additional interchange there at 204th really to support the commerce. So I think you need both.
I know Rod Yates would love to see a couple interchanges there and a lot of growth, and I'm just so excited about what's happening in Gretna. Is there anything else we missed on our list?
Well, no, and once again with Rod's project, I think it's a great metro project. I know everybody says it's in Gretna, but we're really trying to add amenities and destination stuff for kind of increase our quality of life for our residents and create some tourism dollars. So I think it's always viewed as a Gretna, but if you look at the metro as a whole, it fits as who we are.
Has there been any studies done that La Vista had their House of Nines and a lot of the suburbs, which were now suburbs, is a lot of people are living and working and playing in Gretna that you don't lose them during the day anymore.
No, you don't. You see a lot of that. I think you've mentioned Starbucks. They kind of stopped their model from just being all urban to really getting into the smaller kiosk venues like Scooters. And because people were working from home and they needed access instead of going to the coffee shop. So, yeah, you see that a lot. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention was between our park and the current, Nebraska crossing, we've master planned that to be a really great kind of a work, live, play type access. And it's going to, we'll work towards building.
Are you talking about houses, apartments?
Houses, apartments.
Isn't there a big trail that's going to go through there?
I think they've talked about our library and a community center there. So, yeah, there's going to be trails connecting the park down to the Nebraska crossing. And Rod's going to probably look to expand that way too. So it's going to be, that southern part of the community is really going to be a special place.
That's one thing I've really admired about Omaha, and whether we use them or not, our trail system, the Papio Trail and all the other ones, just meanders throughout our city, and
right.
For those that want to walk and ride their bikes, we get a lot of compliments on that, and it really helps. And well, I appreciate, and I want you to stay around for the lightning round brought to you by Turner Construction, but you're on fire in Gretna in a good way, and we appreciate you coming on occasionally to keep us posted.
Well, and we know with all this opportunity, we have a lot of responsibility too. So we want to deliver a great, product ultimately to our residents and to the metro, and really make a great place for our, families and citizens to live.
Thank you, Mike Evans, from the mayor of the great city of Gretna, Nebraska.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.